Boom. Hey, internets. I had a question that I wanted to bring an answer to, and it's how do you make custom bottoms? So, clothing companies divide this in a couple different ways depending on who you're working for, on working for the brand side of things. Just to give you some visibility. So back when I was working at Ezekiel and they were pumping and doing multi-millions, we actually divided bottoms by denim because we had an entire denim program and everyone had a denim program, so everyone had at least like anywhere from 6 to 10 different SKUs of denim with everything from sandblasting to like raw denim, like the whole gambit of denim. So that was a big category that sold in that time when everyone's spending like crazy. And then non-denim bottoms. Within that category, you could have walk shorts, you can have shorts, and then in shorts now there's active, there's board shorts and trunks, there's all kinds of things. Now joggers, for some people, especially in athleisure, joggers is an entire category because you could do that in several fabrications, not just cotton. So a lot of the performance wear stuff, I mean, you can keep going and keep going into subcategories. So in the mass production, I'm going to answer this question in two ways. So by custom bottoms, I'm assuming you mean cut and sew. So cut and sew, achieving cut and sew is the same as doing any other kind of garment, really. So we would develop a tech pack, which is basically blueprints that you make for the garment via Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, and send that to the factory, make samples and counter samples, and then it works as like kind of a physical contract once you get to the point when you have a production sample. So a production sample is green light, and then they make like thousands of them. So so that's how it works on the production side of things. So when I say on the channel that when I was younger, I was actually shocked because I thought you would work more behind a dress form. And the first designers that I saw that were doing urban actually was a bigger company, and they actually had a sample room. So they had ladies in there sewing and making prototypes of the things that they were designing. I found later that that's very rare to have a budget to have a sample room, because the production in China is going to have this sample room, and they'll basically just send you the sample overseas, or you know, they'll ship it via air, and then you go back and forth until you come to the point where you're ready for them to do mass production. The second way I want to answer this question is you can make a custom pair of pants for sure. So way back in the day, especially if you're subscribed to the channel, you know this story. But before the internet, I was known as the handmade denim guy. So I used to make bespoke denim from raw denim bolt. And so I wasn't trained in sewing or tailorship at all. My mom had a broken sewing machine in the garage of our house in San Diego. I took a look at the motor and kind of fixed it, got the dust off of it, and then I was off and running, doing different concepts with the sewing machine. Now at that time, I had gotten my first job designing clothing at the small skate company, but we were working behind the computer, and I felt like I needed to catch up with putting different concepts together because I would fill up a sketchbook, and so I wanted to bring some of those designs to life. So in the beginning, I started making things that were a little bit easier, like bags, small purses, clutch purses out of denim was easy to do just because they would be really quick projects that I could do in like an afternoon or a morning. And I would keep trying different things that were more and more challenging. I did all kinds of satchel bags and like gym bags that I actually still use to this day, which is funny. But I moved on to denim. I was like, what was the toughest thing that I could make with a sewing machine? And I thought a pair of jeans would be insane. And so I made my first pair. They were kind of wearable, but I didn't like the fit. And so I used to take, back when we had paper grocery bags, I would tape those together and use that for pattern paper. I didn't even know pattern paper existed. And so that's how I would make my pattern and then make my custom denim. And so it doesn't have to be denim. Denim can be very thick, especially if you're dealing with like a 12-ounce denim, which I never did because I was working with a domestic sewing machine, something that you would just buy from Target or Walmart, and I actually burned through the motor of a couple of those And I realized later that's why you have industrial sewing machines. But if you guys have access to a sewing machine, you can use lighter fabric and you can make a custom pair of bottoms just by following a pattern. Buy a cheap pattern at any of the local sewing shops close to you, or now you can just buy it online. And then you can change that pattern once you see how everything kind of, all the panels flow together. And it's actually a great education in figuring out how the pieces are assembled. So I actually learned kind of backwards with, I was doing mass production and graphic design in creating the designs first, and then later I learned how to put you know, panels and darts and bar tacks and how it works functionally by actually sewing it together. So there's a mass production way, and then you can actually sew a pair of pants together. Novel idea. I encourage any of you guys, if you are looking to get into fashion, a good hiatus from learning the graphic side of it, if you're going to be a designer also, is learning how to sew and put some things together. Anyways, just some food for thought. Wanted to answer the question as well. If you have any other questions on this or any other subject, please drop it all down below. Follow me on social media when you have a chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.